It's in the game.
Can I talk my?
Come on!
That other side.
Hey, easy, Ralph! It's hot.
Yeah. Back in my
Red
ways.
23.
Missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out of the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in the minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. I'm in the mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on my mind. Keep with a rip. Don't want talking, but ain't about to deal. Nah, it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. They try to read, wanna drive with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, no timeouts. Change your quick, they sign up. Tryna hear my line now. Thinking I'm come find out 1v1, you girls like a wide out. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass on tryouts.
Red on red. Silver.
Yeah.
Ready, set.
Yeah. Booming this like Metro, groupies on me, that's fine, don't sweat those. Bend on, keeping my head strong. My dog ain't talking about Petco. Brand new ones, they retros. Live fast, dying on set, my headstone. Stop been grown. You ain't getting money, been Frank in the friend zone. Got, I ain't never switched up in the family. Be talking and that at me. Gotta watch my wrist, that's classy. I'm a dog to a bitch, she nasty. Then I'm about she me. My mama proud she had me. Can't let.
Hey, run. Hey, lion. Hey. Hey, easy, Ralph. Yes, 23. On red. Hey, go. Okay, ready. All right, let's go. Lisa 24. Silver. Red on red. Hot. Hey, Brian. Here we go. Hold the ready. Hey, lion. Here we go.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from Houston. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. On play action, Lawrence. And his first pass is incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, these two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Play action. It's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Etienne up the middle. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. Another tote for Etienne. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They'll run with Etienne. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
Once more, Etienne. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Lawrence will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Broncos!
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Texans at 6-4 now on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So he stopped for no gain, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars! Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you... Pierce has it knocked loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Across the middle and into the hands of Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily, you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
70 range, 70 range.
Here's Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Ready? 10 to 11, 10 to 11. Hurry, hurry. Ready?
And Stroud now to throw. This one finds Pierce on the out route. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Red on red.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 71 yards. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Let's go.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Let's go now.
2nd and 11 now. They go right back to Singletary. The solid stiff arm. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 51 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On second down, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Finding Etienne here, catching it on the out route. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Take right open. Go, let's go.
Now Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
18 Cardinal.
On first down, here's Stroud. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Stroud will look to throw once more. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to stretch the field with Schultz. He's got it with the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hand off left side, Pierce. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
He'll buy some time right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Lawrence to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. So no gain on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. Down to the 25. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
In motion right, that's Dell. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now here on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Trap 60, trap 60.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come up and put a hit on him, do they?
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
And they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown. McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
65 catch, 65.
Throwing now is Stroud. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Stroud off the play fake. Schultz hauls in the quick throw. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins laying himself out in the end zone. And the Texans are back within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Route.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Take right open. Here we go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Etienne. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck.